Hello and welcome to the theater. This is a new visual novel by RhettoeRaven. As you can see, it probably centers around the theater, and the cat reminds me, the cat main character, I believe they are the main character, the one who's literally sitting right there in the middle, reminds me of a certain cat from another visual novel by the same author. I don't know if they're related, and I do recall that there was a post that they put on Bluesky where there were two cats that looked exactly the same, but I don't think that they're the same one. It just happens to be a coincidence, or it just happens to be that they like the character and they wanted to reuse him for another visual novel. Anyways, like I said, it probably revolves around this theater. I know, considering their last offerings, that it's gonna have to be something spooky or something sinister surrounding this theater. I don't know if it's gonna be like maybe haunted movies, or the theater itself is haunted, or something. Witchcraft? I don't know, witches? Something sinister underneath it, something, I don't know, occult? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, what else? This is the first build, and I say the first build because I think that this is gonna be their first, longer visual novel, meaning that it's gonna be in parts. They're gonna be releasing it in parts, I guess. We'll have to see, because I think that it's not complete. I think. I'm not really sure. It might also be missing certain things that they're gonna be adding later, like music or maybe some other, like sound effects and things like that. So, yeah. Anyway, so without further ado, let us begin the theater. Team Corvus presents in collaboration with Dante Cinemas and Midwestern Film Association. An Ali Geary Brothers production. A visual novel by RhettoeRaven. Jack Harper. Oh, Latin. Permisiva nella cita dolote. Oh. The Bloody Jay runs into a small burger joint. Somewhere on the edge of the old market, it's not far from the place that he just escaped. He stumbles through the restaurant, passing patrons who give him weird looks. When he reaches the front desk, he rings the service bell frantically. Okay, I'll be right out. A gruff voice calls from the kitchen. It only takes several seconds before a round, middle-aged hawk emerges from the kitchen. He immediately recognizes the roughed-up bird. Richie? Hey, Johnny. Johnny looks the Jay up and down in silence. You know, you've got quite a bit of blood on you. Huh? The Jay looks down and notices the large red stains on his shirt, splattering across his torso. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, it's not even mine. Johnny furrows his brow. The restaurant's guests have stopped eating their food, instead looking at the Jay. A mother turns her infant son's head away telling him not to stare while doing exactly that. Where have you been, Richie? Oh yeah. Hey, listen. So, remember that movie theater that I went to? The hawk nods upwards. Yeah, so, some bad shit happened there. Like, really, really fucked up shit. And, I'm gonna need to call the cops, you know? Uh-huh. So that's where you've been for the past 3 days. I know how it sounds, but... Just then a police siren sounds not too far from the restaurant. Richie lights up. Ah, well how about that? I'll just be right back. Be right back. The Jay stumbles out of the joint, and the hawk goes after him. The curious patrons still gaze at them. The Jay runs down the street in the direction of the sirens. Richie, come on. You look like you just escaped a mental hospital. Well, I might as well have. He runs to the intersection. A police car drives towards him. Hey, cops, over here! But the car doesn't stop. It ignores him and speeds down the road. Duh, come on. Yet the Jay waves his arms and walks into the street. Come on, cops, over here! Out of nowhere, a semi strikes the Jay. Even after the fact, it speeds down the road and is gone in a second. In an instant, the Jay is splattered across the intersection. The hawk just stands at the corner, looking at the remains of his friend. Fuck. May these flames cleanse thy soul from the horish nether voids. Ha! Ah! Ya! Ha! Ya! You know, I would have always laughed at these cheesy horror flicks from like 20 years before I was born. And then I lived through one. The theater. Part 1. Paradise. Perhaps this isn't a great idea. Oh well, I've already made the journey. Shouldn't make it pointless. I ascend 3 flights of exposed wooden stairs to the complex's top floor. When I reach the faded green door with the rusty 319 sign, I timidly knock 3 times. It doesn't take long for someone to answer. The door opens to reveal a gray cat 7 years older than me. She looks at me with slight surprise. Well, what brings you here, Jack? Hey, Sabes. Just thought that I'd come over. Ah, well, you can come on in. She ushers me inside. Omaha, Nebraska, Maundy Thursday. I hope you didn't start another kitchen fire. Not yet. The walls of my sister and her girlfriend's apartment are decorated with movie posters. She probably is as much of a cinephile as I am. The posters include notable classics and some of her more modern favorites. Their pet Noodles rubs against my leg before sitting on his perch. I remember when our family had a big feud about the ethics of owning pets. It was nasty. Wait. She stops me before I have a chance to move deeper inside. I just glance at her. Did I do something wrong? You didn't walk all the way here, did you? I've been caught. The best that I can do is raise my shoulders and grin sheepishly. She scoffs and shakes her head. Unacceptable. You could have at least taken the bus, buddy. That's like a 2-hour walk. I needed the fresh air? Well, I'm gonna get you some water because you must be sweating your whiskers off. Go sit down and rest your legs. I follow her gesture to the couch, snickering at her bossy tone. Okay, Mom. Young man. Several minutes later, we're sitting down around a coffee table. Occasionally, I take gulps from a cup of water. I don't admit it to her, but the liquid is rejuvenating. And even after that long trek, my tired legs bop up and down. The two of us are silent at first, but it isn't long before Sabrina strikes up a conversation. So, why are you actually here, Jack? You don't really just show up without announcement. I finally force my legs to stop moving. I did come here for a reason. I shouldn't waste it. Well, Butterflies flutter in my stomach as I prepare to answer. I had a dream last night. Oh, I see. A bad one? Yeah, this one was, particularly nasty. Sabrina's usual teasing demeanor relents at my answer. This is how I know that she's truly listening. I see, but couldn't you have gone to Dr. Norwood? Well, yeah, I could have, but, I just felt like it wasn't a major enough to go to her, you know? Is that it, though? And, well, to be honest, I kinda thought that you would understand it better, seeing as, you're my sister and all. She nods in silence. Well, I'm not a therapist, that's for sure, but I appreciate you talking to me. I chuckle. Yeah, likewise. Okay, rewind. What happened in the dream? Well, the images I saw last night flashed back to me, a cruel familiarity. It wasn't really anything new. I was walking along the train tracks, the ones at Union Station, and there was, like, the top half of a man running on his arms. And he was saying some very bad things. Like what? I forgot. I just remembered it being bad. Then it must have not have been that important, you know? I guess so. I doubt that it was anything that I, hadn't thought of before, but I don't know. I guess I was just in a rough spot when I had the dream. And that just kinda, made it worse. Yeah. Well, stress can do that. Has something been stressing you out lately? I think it was just, mood swing stuff. I see. Have you seen the hanging man in your dreams lately? That question feels like digging up an ancient curse. Who? No. I haven't seen him since. Yeah. She nods in understanding. Now it's just a half-man running on his arms. Sabrina looks at the window with a distant gaze. Clouds dot the afternoon sky, creating a messy canvas of blue, gold, and gray. Well, that's depressing. I think what you need is a movie. Have you been to the theater lately? No, not since February. There's not really anything playing right now that interests me. Well, I got a solution for you. Have you ever tried the Dante Theater? I just look at her in silence, though my ears perk up. Perked ears? Got your attention, did I? Well, it's more of an art house theater downtown, kinda close to the old market. Jordan and I tried out their mystery movie that they do every Friday evening. Oh yeah? How was it? The movie was fine, but the theater is gorgeous. Like, you'd have to see it to believe it. Hearing Sabrina praise this theater I'd never heard of is certainly making me light up. Well then, consider my interest piqued. Oh yeah, definitely give it a try. Oh, I will. You said the mystery movie thing was every Friday evening? Yes, indeed. Though if you do go, Jack... Hmm? Please just take the damn bus. I chuckle at her. Alright, I promise. Good Friday. The long walk downtown finally takes a toll on me when I reach the Jean Lei. Some local punk band is performing at the amphitheater, and there is quite a crowd. It kinda surprises me that so many people would come out in this weather. It would be a pleasant evening if it weren't for the damn wind making it so unnecessarily cold. I wish that I could hang out here for a bit and admire the riverfront, but I've got to get going. The mystery movie starts at 7, so in about half an hour. Now I believe Sabrina said that the Dante was between 13th and 14th Street, some street north of Old Market too. So I find 14th and walk north. It doesn't take long for the noise of the mall's crowd to fade behind me, being replaced with the noise of traffic. I keep my eyes peeled for a marquee or any landmark of a movie theater as I trek through the city. Past a developing plot of land that I'm sure was empty last time that I was here. Past a trail of pioneer sculptures bringing two time periods together. Past an exceptionally painted historic mural covering an entire side of a building. And finally, I see it. A beacon that, as I approach, takes the form of a singular vertical word. Dante. And the building I behold is glorious. Nestled tightly between two brick buildings, a stone edifice of great detail stands. The name of the theater is lit up on opposite sides by light bulbs, a simple yet effective method so that passing cars may know this theater's name. The marquee's light bulbs further illuminate the fine details on the facade. Arches, vertical and dense, rows of a floral design marking the floors, gargoyles watching over the street. Am I gazing upon a cinema or a cathedral? Either way, this is definitely my destination, the Dante Theater, supposedly the most prestigious cinema in the Midwest. Interestingly, the horizontal marquee hanging over the entrance doesn't bear any words. No titles or events, nothing. I can see lights on inside, so I hope that it's open. I step onto the street separating me from the Dante. It's so close. What the shit? I jump back onto the sidewalk, a scream catching in my throat as a vehicle whips by, right in front of me. I swear that I feel the clanking of train wheels in my chest, but there is no train. Thanks for waiting, asshole. A young raven flips off the car, speeding down the street. But the car is already gone, off to speed without any regard for the safety of the pedestrians and drivers. Meanwhile, I just stand in the corner trying to control my breaths, which are a lot quicker than they really should be. What is happening? You okay? The raven, probably a college student, looks at me with slight concern. He definitely noticed my panicking. I take a breath and gulp some air down before I answer. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. The raven shrugs before walking back onto the road, making extra sure to look in every direction. I build up some courage and step onto the street myself. I just dash across the street to get out of it as quickly as possible. Fucking drivers. It's okay. It's all past. And besides, I'm here now. I approach the Dante and soon I'm under the blank marquee. I make my way to the box office, a little box nudged between two sets of grand glass doors. Behind the pane sits a golden snake, looking at me intently as I approach the window. You've come at a good time. Welcome to the Dante Theater. The snake's voice is smooth and silky, yet I also detect a slight rasp underneath. Their first sentence confuses me for a second, but I just shrug it off. Good evening. One adult for the mystery movie, please. The snake leans forward, narrowing their eyes. Their slit-like pupils pierce my soul, It unsettles me for some reason, but I keep quiet. Shit, did I say something wrong? Right away. Never breaking their gaze, they tap away at some small device with the screen. Soon enough, a small strip of paper is dispensed from the device. The snake grabs the ticket, but they don't hand it to me quite yet. Instead, they grab a hole puncher and punch a single hole into the ticket, keeping their eyes on me the entire time. Without even blinking, they hand me the ticket and smile. Enjoy the movie. Thank you. I grab the ticket and head inside. That was strange. I feel a little violated, but grateful to be out of this unusually chilly April night. Soon I cross the threshold and enter another world. I'm immediately awestruck by the expansive lobby. The room is coated with red, the velvet carpet bearing an intricate design of colorful lines that wrap around each other. 4 sandstone pillars mark the corners of the lobby's center. Designs resembling Egyptian hieroglyphs are carved and painted into them, and they wrap up the pillars. And finally, the pillars draw the eye up to a massive dome in the ceiling. It feels like it stretches on for miles, even though I know that it's not really that big. Painted on the dome are many circles that wrap around each other. They shrink further and further until they encircle the center of the dome. And that's not even counting all the intricate details painted among the circles. I notice figures wandering, pushing weights up hills, swimming, burning. It's like a spiral or some kind of optical illusion meant to entrance whoever looks upon it. I think that it's working. I could spend hours just gazing upon this lobby, searching for the most minute details. But I've got to get going. As I make my way to the concession stand at the back of the lobby, I notice that the room is mostly empty, just me and a handful of other people. As I move closer, I notice a pair of red foxes, one of whom I immediately recognize. Oh God. My stomach tightens as I look at the taller fox in a red suit. No, please not now. Who's the other fox in the black dress? Sibling? Relative? I don't know. I'm just gonna go get my popcorn and hope that he doesn't notice me. Jack? God damn it. I try to pull a sweet smile as I turn to face the fox. Hey, Toby. Well, well, well. Long time no see. How you been, Jack? I've been, good. I'm just gonna hope that he doesn't remember the last time that we saw each other. Okay, that's bullshit. He definitely remembers. He's probably thinking about it right now. Yeah. Life treating you well? Well enough. I try to hide my discomfort through a forceful smile. It's probably not working. The other fox walks up behind Toby. A coyote follows her. Ah, you know this guy, Toby? Yep, Paula, me, Jack Harper, classmate of mine in college. I raise my hand in an awkward attempt to be courteous. Jack, meet my fiancée, Paula. Fiancé? Like, as in... Oh no. Did he... Nice to meet you, Mr. Harper. I must have been in a daze since Paula's voice snaps me back to earth. The vixen smiles sweetly and extends her hand. I suddenly realize my face is loose, so I force a smile. I take her hand in mine and shake it, still feeling tight in my stomach. I try my best to keep my ears from pointing sideways. Just Jack is fine. Paula here is actually a marketing manager at Fortuna. What's that? It's a company seeking new ways to improve filmmaking technology. So what, you make like cameras and stuff? Yeah, sort of. We're currently developing An all-new kind of machine that it will really help speed up the filming process. Really? What is it? Well, first it will assist in fields like VFX, making workers' jobs a little easier. Then soon it will become intuitive enough to work all by itself. And VFX is just the beginning. Imagine what it could do after. Writing and acting. Filmmaking will no longer be such a laborious process. Can you imagine that? How am I supposed to respond to that? Yeah, cool. Sorry about that. She gets really excited about that stuff. Yeah, it's fine. So Jack, huh? Never seen or heard of you before. Toby seems to just now realize that the coyote is beside him. Old friend. Yep. The coyote turns to look at me and I feel his eyes scrutinizing me. Frederick. Jack. But I, guess you knew that already. I feel violated. I am uncomfortable. Toby never spoke of you before. Really? I'm not sure whether I should feel relieved on Toby's behalf or offended on mine. Probably both. Been a while, I guess. I notice a slight discomfort in Toby's grin. I feel drained already and I just arrived. So, you here to see a movie? Okay, I'm done with this conversation. Yeah, that's kind of what movie theaters are for. Cool. Mystery movie? Yep. Quick, make an excuse. My Deus Ex Machina is a warm, fresh scent of popcorn hitting my nostrils. Perfect. Well then, I'm gonna go get popcorn. Yep, I'll, see you around, I guess. Good to see you again, Jack. Likewise. Nice to meet you, Jack. Yeah. I try to be as smooth as possible as I close the excruciating gap between me and the concession stand. Well, that was fucking awkward. I try to put the whole thing aside and focus on the scent of popcorn wafting over from behind the counter. God, I love the smell. I finally arrive at the stand and a wolf comes over to greet me. Welcome to the Dante. What can I get for you tonight? His fur is all white, which surprises me. Albino, maybe? I don't think that I've ever seen an albino. I shouldn't stare. I need popcorn. Give me popcorn. Yeah. Just popcorn and a drink, please. You got it. Any butter on that popcorn? No thanks. Coming right up. The albino wolf smiles as he turns around to get my popcorn. Stop saying albino, dummy. Toby and Paula laugh behind me, and I have to restrain myself from looking back at them. Here you go, sir. The wolf comes back with a large tub of golden popcorn. That salty scent that attracted me so is now assaulting my nostrils. And my god, I can't get enough of it. And it's steaming too? Oh baby, this is the good stuff. The wolf knocks me out of my gawking by clearing his throat. Oh right, I have to pay. With money. Right, sorry. Dummy. I dig through my wallet and slap the first 20 that I find onto the counter before eagerly snatching the popcorn tub and drink. Keep the change. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the movie. I fill my drink, once again trying not to look at Toby. With that done, I find my way towards the auditorium, which seems to be entered through halls on each side of the concession stand. I go through there and find myself in a longer hallway. This hall feels unusually empty compared to the lobby. Movie posters line up along one wall, and detail on the velvet here is minimal. On one side, I spot the bathrooms, on the other, the doors to the auditorium. There's no one here. Don't I have to show my ticket to someone? Oh well. Thankfully, the door pushes open so I don't have to free one of my hands, using my ass instead. From a small dark hallway, I emerge on the left side of the auditorium. It doesn't look super big. I count 9 rows with 9 seats each. I notice an alligator and a bull already sitting down. The bull is at the back and the gator is closer to the front, looking bored out of his mind. There is a seat right at the center of the 7th row that looks appealing to me. It's empty, so I'm gonna take it. I will take the center of the theater any chance I get. Soon, Toby, Paula, and Frederick enter. They head for the center seats in what seems to be the 3rd row. So I guess they'll be in front of me. Toby will be in front of me. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said that I wouldn't sit with them if Paula and Frederick weren't here. Whatever, try not to think about it. We're seeing a movie. I take my seat and... voila, the perfect view. The screen is right in the center of my vision. I could not ask for a better angle. The bull is sitting on the row behind me several seats to my left. This is the absolute closest that I am willing to sit next to a stranger. Within the next few minutes, I spot a boar and a white bird, dove, I assume, entering the auditorium and taking their seats. Not much attendance tonight, it seems. Thankfully, nobody sits next to me. Still, my stomach sinks, and I blankly look at the seat to my right. It's empty, of course, but a part of me still wishes that. To distract myself, I take a kernel of popcorn and toss it into my mouth. Oh my god. The flavor. I chew down slowly on the kernel, and it gives a satisfying crunch. The savory, slight, spicy flavor seeps out of the kernel as it melts on my tongue. The flavor even lingers as I swallow the popcorn. My god, I haven't had popcorn like this in, well, probably ever. Do they put some kind of seasoning on this? This puts that cardboard popcorn at my nearest multiplex to shame. I impulsively scoop a handful of popcorn and shove it into my mouth. Oh my god, flavor overload. Good evening, everyone. Huh? Oh, I guess the movie's starting. And welcome to the Dante Theater. The White Wolf, wearing a red suit, addresses the audience from the front of the theater. Is this the same wolf from the concession stand? But his aura is slightly different now. It is an honor to have you all here tonight. I hope you all enjoy the mystery movie and revel in the spectacle that this theater shall bring to your experience. He then gives a smile that's too big for my comfort. His deep red eyes appear to linger on me for a few seconds. The direct eye contact burns me for some reason. Okay, buddy, slow down. So, without further ado, enjoy your movie. He then bows and the audience starts clapping. Applause isn't something that I normally hear in a cinema, but whatever. I clap along to make sure that I don't seem like an asshole. He did look right at me after all. The strange wolf then exits the theater, stage right. I make myself comfortable on the red velvet seat, popcorn bucket on my lap, as the light dims and I'm enshrouded in the total darkness. Finally, the screen lights up. Light beams from the projector glide over my head. There's something so entrancing about seeing the projector beams, especially when you're sitting in the center towards the back of the theater. I sit back and relax as the movie plays. Winner of the Omaha Film Festival, Best Directors. A virtual entertainment presentation. Paradise. When I see the title card, I worry that the film is going to be some kind of religious schlock. And at first, it may seem that way, as the plot follows a beautiful young woman named Beatrice on a journey through heaven. Except this depiction of heaven is not at all what I anticipated. I used to imagine heaven as simply a place among the clouds. This film Paradise, however, depicts heaven as some kind of cosmic system revolving around Earth, life at the center of the universe. And it's gorgeous. So much so that I imagine myself in the film. As Beatrice soars through the cosmos, I cannot but feel like I'm drifting with her, observing all that makes us living souls worthy of divine love. We walk across the planets and the sun. We met wise men, warriors, and kings. We stand on a belt of stars. I find myself stopping on the constellation Sagittarius, and from here I look back upon the other celestial bodies that we explored. Earth looks so meek, so humble from here. How have I come this far? Beatrice and I continue onward. We met with the Virgin Mary and the first man Adam as we get closer to the high celestial sphere. And soon we come across a bright light surrounded by 9 revolving rings from which angels sing. Beatrice looks at me, right at me, and smiles. It's a sweet smile with the radiance of 1,000 suns. We look back to the light. And we're drifting again. We fly through the rings of angels as they continue their transcendent chorus. It doesn't take long before we're engulfed by the light. And from that light emerges some kind of organic shape. It takes my eyes a minute to adjust. When they do, I realize just what I'm looking at. A giant rose. Glowing honeybees fly around it, pollinating its intricate petals. Beatrice looks at me one more time and shows her celestial smile. Before she leaves me alone. My heart sinks as she leaves me behind, but her love still warms me as she disappears amongst the rose petals. But I'm not quite done yet. I ascend higher and higher than the divine rose. And what I see next, I cannot comprehend. Three circles all rotating. And in the center of those circles, I see someone. It's hard to make out details. I can't even identify their species. But I know who they are. It's him. But am I worthy of all of this? I'm just a man. But already my desire and my will were being turned like a wheel, all at one speed, by the love which moves the sun and the other stars. I understand now. Directed by Cain and Abel Alighieri. Even as the credits roll with the sweeping score, I find myself unable to move. I understand. Wow. How do I even begin to describe what I just witnessed? One of the most beautiful pieces of art that I've ever seen? The film's heavenly imagery lingers in my mind, and I walk out of the auditorium in a daze. So, what did you think? It's the sound of Toby's voice that brings me back to the consciousness. I found myself in the lobby. Toby, Paula, and Frederick are still together. I look around for a clock and I find one above the concession stand. 9:23. So if the movie started at 7, that would mean that it was about 2.5 hours long. Damn, was it really that long? It felt a lot shorter than that. I guess I was just that immersed. Wait, Toby's asking me about the movie, right? What do I even say? A million thoughts run through my head, but I end up going for a simple answer. Oh yeah. I freaking loved it. He gesticulates and smiles widely. Same. It was alright. I mean, I can see how it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but Paula's response still kind of puts me off. The other patrons file back into the lobby. What makes you say that? Paula opens her mouth to answer, but the white wolf emerges into the lobby and calls out. May I have your attention, everyone? The small crowd quiets down, eyes and ears pointed towards the wolf. Now, I am aware that not all of us are familiar with the Dante Theater, so allow me to introduce you to a unique activity observed here. A group discussion after the mystery movie screening, where we exchange our thoughts and analysis of the film that was just shown. What? So I'm just gonna chat with a bunch of strangers about a movie that I just saw? That's odd. A gravelly voice speaks up. I find that it belongs to the boar. What's the point of that? Thank you for asking. I find that it's therapeutic and socially healthy to discuss our interpretations of works of art, especially while the memory is still fresh. Socially healthy? We don't even know each other. The alligator speaks with a smoother voice that I immediately find irritating. He looks to be slightly older than me. Even better when it's with strangers. That means higher likelihood of differing opinions, and a chance to meet new people. I'm not sure that's how it works, but okay. Okay, sure. Why don't you start then? Pardon? You honestly expect us to get to know each other and talk about fucking movies with each other when we don't even know you, the person organizing this? Okay, who hurt this guy? Fair enough. The introductions are the least that we can do for the sake of formality. The gator huffs and steps away from the wolf. I am the owner of the Dante Theater. You can call me the showmaster. But what about your name? This time the speaker is the bull who sat behind me. His voice is unexpectedly soft for a big guy like him. I prefer to keep my name a secret. Now, I will set up. Whoever wants to help may. In the meantime, I encourage everyone to organize their thoughts on Paradise. We will begin the discussion at 10. No. The gator strides over to the entrance and pulls the door open. Except, it doesn't budge. He pulls again. Same thing. What the shit? Ah, yes. The doors will remain locked during the discussion, so no one leaves. That sounds illegal. They will be unlocked right after. And with that, the weird showmaster guy walks off somewhere to the right of the concession stand towards what looks like a bar. Wait, there's a bar here? Well, the dim orangish lighting and shelves of glass bottles in the back surely look like a bar to me. Not sure how I missed that. He's really holding us hostage here? I'm not sure. He seems legit. I'm sure he genuinely wants to hold a discussion. The locked doors are just a bit excessive, though. A bit? Wow, the irony. Several patrons turn to the gator, myself included. Huh? He wants us to mingle with each other, yet he won't give us his name. I mean, I can't see where he's coming from. But at the same time, I'm starting to get sick of this guy. There is a needless aggression in his voice that makes me want him to shut up. I think that this is a wonderful idea. Now the dove is talking. His voice is a smooth baritone, and it kind of tickles my ears in a comforting way. Also, is he wearing church clothes? Don't get me wrong, this is definitely unexpected, but I see the chance to have a very enlightening conversation. The idea just reminds me of high school English class, where they make students analyze books or something. But now that I'm thinking about it, it probably isn't the worst idea. It might be an inconvenience at worst, especially if somebody is on a tight schedule or curfew. Even then, I'm sure that they could just excuse themselves. And at the end of the day, all art warrants discussion, right? So you know what? I'll do it. I sure have stuff to say, so why not? Minutes later, the showman comes out carrying 2 stacks of chairs under his arms. How the hell is he lifting all those by himself? He must be packing some muscles in those arms. Now that I think about it, his shoulders are kind of big. I'm a little turned on by that thought, and I need to stop. Well, if I'm going to spend some time here, I might as well make myself busy. Oh, want some help? Oh, sure, thanks. I help him arrange the 8 chairs in a circle. Meanwhile, everyone stands around the lobby, looking bored. Well, besides Toby and his group, who make small talk over the concession stand. Kind of a small crowd tonight, huh? Oh, yes. Tonight at least. Is this theater usually busier? Sometimes, when a new blockbuster comes out, and even then, we sort of are our last resort. People usually go to the bigger multiplex theaters. But yes, attendance has been lower as of late. Sometimes we have entirely empty screenings. Wow, that's kind of sad, actually. Sorry to hear that. Is business holding up well, though? Oh yes. For what we get, I think that we're doing just fine. We appreciate any support that we get. I should go to indie theaters more often. My multiplex will be fine. That place is always busy. Well then, I'll tell friends about this theater. The showmaster looks at me, his rubies for eyes widening slightly. Really? Would you? Of course. Bring some more people here, you know? Except I don't really have many friends. I just wanted to make him feel better. The wolf gives me a smile, a genuine smile, with his canine teeth peeking through ever so slightly. And I get a good look at his eyes. They're probably the most radiant, deep, pure shade of red that I've ever seen. They're striking against his pale, pale fur. Like blood on snow. Thank you very much. You're too kind, sir. I wave my hand dismissively. It's nothing. Tell me, what is your name, sir? Jack Harper. Well, you seem like a good man, Jack Harper. To be honest, I'm not sure how to react to that. Thanks. But something else has my curiosity. I wonder, Mr. Showmaster. Do you run this place all by yourself? Well, not entirely. I do have my lovely assistant Vada. She helps with the box office and some backstage stuff. I'm sure that you've met her. Oh, is she the snake? Indeed. Interesting. Do you have family around here to help out, or something? I probably shouldn't be asking a personal question like this, but sometimes I can't help but wonder. Well, I had a brother. Had? Yes. I actually founded this theater with him. We ran it together for a couple of years. But then, he was murdered. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Shit. Did they ever catch the person who did it? Nope. I just walked up one morning and next thing that I knew, my brother was found with his throat slit in an abandoned warehouse. That bitch. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm sorry to hear that. The words come out of me automatically, but I guess they work because the showmaster gives me another smile. Thank you, Mr. Harper. You're a good man, I'm sure of it. Really? Okay then. I come back to consciousness and I realize that we had finished setting up long ago. The chairs are now set in a circle. The first thing that I do is look back at the clock. 9:38. Looks like there's still some time before the discussion. I do think that it's a good idea, by the way. The discussion thing, I mean. It is. Yeah. The whole keeping people locked in thing is a little excessive, though. Oh. The showmaster looks away for a silent moment before walking away. He retreats back towards the bar area and ascends a flight of stairs that I hadn't seen previously. Is he not going to address that? That's not really a good look, dude. I guess I better gather my thoughts for the discussion. Although as eager as I am to talk about paradise, I am definitely tired and a little weirded out. I look back towards Toby, still with his fiancée. He looks perfectly content, and that upsets me for some reason. I excuse myself and find the restroom in silence. As I relieve myself, I try to properly organize my thoughts on the movie, but I find them muddled by the thoughts of Toby. Why is he here? Why tonight? Why must I encounter him right after having one of those nightmares? I guess I'll have to try to come up with something for the discussion. I wash my hands. As I do so, Frederick the Coyote comes out of the stall. As he washes his hands, he doesn't even try to hide his side-eye. Were you really friends with Toby? Is he really doing this? Yeah, I mean, we talked every now and then, but we were mainly classmates in college. You sure? Well, that was bullshit. I'm a terrible liar. Positive? Was just wondering. I've seen you two together before. Fuck. We study together sometimes. He turns to look at me and he doesn't even hide the doubt in his eyes. God, I'm so bad at this. The coyote finishes washing his hands. Okay. He sounds unconvinced. Of course he is. Without another word, he leaves the restroom. I'm actually alone now. Good. I stare down at the sink as I wash my hands, drifting away. I glance up at the mirror only to snap right back to earth when I see a red fox standing behind me. Jesus! Sorry. When I realize that it's just Toby, I calm down and try to flatten my now puffed tail fur. I'm fine, just surprise me is all. Sorry. Stop saying sorry. Okay. We stand in an awkward silence for a moment. When I look at him, the reminders of this cruel twist of fate weigh me down. I want to divert my eyes to look anywhere else but at him. But they just look right at his uncomfortable eyes. And soon a question falls out of my mouth. Why are you here? What? I mean, like, what brought you to this theater, tonight, at the same time as me? Well, I had no idea that you would be here tonight. Well, I am. and I can't get you out of my fucking head. I guess I said that a little too aggressively since Toby looks at me with concern. Jack, is something up? Can he take a hint? I don't know. You tell me. The fox sighs heavily. Look, if this is about, that. I'm sorry, okay? Yeah. I think about it all the time, and I just get so embarrassed. Embarrassed? You tell me that it won't work out, and then you just walk out on me, leaving me alone, and you just feel embarrassed about it? That's not what... Toby looks away, sighing and pinching the bridge of his snout. That came out wrong. Damn right it did. Why did you leave? He glares back at me. Shouldn't you know this, Jack? It's complicated. Yeah, I do know. Still, you should have just talked to me, told me what you were going through instead of just dumping me out of the blue. Look, I fucked up, okay? I hurt you. And I'm sorry, really. But I was going through my own shit. I was so blinded by my problems that I didn't realize that you were having your own. I could have handled it better. But also, I wasn't in control. His shoulders slump and he looks away in resignation. So, I'm sorry. I don't know what to feel right now. I'm angry, sure, but I can also feel something stirring in me, pulling me towards him. No, I can't think like this. He's getting married, goddammit. Do you like her? Huh? You're marrying Paula. Do you like her? Well, yeah, I do. She's been good to me. But I also like you. He blurts it out and I freeze in place. Toby must have realized what he said because he also freezes. Did he just say that? Oh, fuck. Did I just say that? You said that. I did? You did. What the hell? You said that all right. Fuck. We stare at each other in another awkward silence. But in that silence, my attraction towards him grows. It's the strongest that it's been since we were together. But should I act on it? Look, Jack, after tonight, you can just hate me and forget about me and never ever forgive me and... the guy has a fiancé, and I kind of think that it's time to move on. Wouldn't you say? Be quiet, Toby. Okay, sorry. Look, as much as I would like to fix things between us, I think that it would just be better for the both of us if we just weren't a thing. Really? Yeah, and not just because of your family fiasco. Fiasco? Really? Look, when we were together, I was just really codependent. Way too much for my own good. And when you left, I was just a wreck. Toby looks at the floor in silent shame. But since then, I've just learned to become my own person. Be self-reliant, you know? Look, I loved you. I loved our time together. I can't deny that much. But that was the past. And I think that it should stay that way. Oh. Toby looks disappointed, but I'm sure that he'll come to see. Okay. I guess so. Good. I tap his shoulder and give him the best, reassuring smile that I can. And I leave the restroom, leaving him alone. The time has come. The 8 of us are all sitting in a circle of chairs, the showmaster pacing outside. The other patrons don't even try to hide their reluctance. They're wanting to leave. I sure hope that no one fucks this thing up. All right, this is a time for us to share and discuss our thoughts on the film Paradise. As you speak, feel free to give a little introduction of yourself. So without further ado, begin. I speak up pretty much immediately. Oh boy, where to start? I chuckle awkwardly and as I try to decide how to start the discussion. I scan over my memory of the movie. Even on the first viewing, I was able to pick up so much from it. Hi, Jack, and I decide that I'll do what I normally do when I analyze movies, start broadly and more gradually towards specifics. Okay, here goes nothing. Well, one thing that really stood out to me was the film's sense of grandeur contrasted with its more contemplative undertones. Despite being this big, grand, epic adventure, the film quietly asks its audience to reflect on their own lives, their identities, their humanity. What makes you say that? Well, there is a lot of looking back, literally, mainly when Beatrice stops at the belt of stars and gazes upon the spheres that she had just traversed. From there, she notes how meek and humble the earth looks. Sure, at first it might seem like the film is just reveling in the beauty of the scene, but I saw it as a brief moment of reflection where the viewer is compelled to ask, do I deserve this? The moment that really punctuates this point for me is towards the end, when Beatrice looks directly at the camera before leaving us. We've been following her for the entire film, but at the very end, we just watch as she disappears into the giant rose. Never once was there any fourth wall breaking before that moment. Wait, you make a good point. I thought that shot was just random at first, but when you frame it like that. Right? Oh, I thought it was interesting that the film showed the Earth as the center of the universe, and the sun was just simply one of the spheres revolving around it. If you'll pardon my inner history nerd speaking, the Earth was thought in antiquity to be the body that all stars and planets and galaxies revolved around, not the sun. Life at the center of the universe, literally. Now, I can see the risks in depicting the universe in this outdated, pseudoscientific way. Now, I doubt the filmmakers did this out of malice. Rather, I can see it strengthening the point that you just made, Jack, contributing to the overall theme of introspection. Wow, seems like Toby really tore into this movie as much as I did. I'm impressed. That rose, that was the endpoint for all the souls residing in heaven, a gorgeous flower blooming just before the Holy Trinity. Oh, yeah, and it was crawling with honeybees. Right, honeybees, pollinating the flower, nourishing it, living off of it and helping it grow. A mutual symbiotic relationship. Yes, those honeybees are the saints of the world who nourish their people in life and continue to do so long after death. This movie is so rich with symbolism. I could spend hours dissecting each sphere. It's genius. I find myself crashing back to reality when I see the other patrons just looking at me in silence. The showmaster has been walking around the circle observing the conversation, but at one point during the ramblings, he had apparently stopped. Now he's looking at me with an expression that I can only describe as impressed admiration. My face flushes and I try to keep my ears from splaying. Sorry, I, rambled. Just got really exhilarated by the film. I should probably let the others talk, huh? Oh, no. You're doing great. Your analysis impresses me. It's clear that you're a keen eye for the art of cinema, Mr. Harper. Mr. Lancelot? Thanks, huh? Unfortunately for me, the expressions of the other people in the circle do not mirror that impression. Oh boy. So, what did everyone think? What did I think indeed? Philip, movie reviewer for the Nebraska Tribune. And my review of Paradise is that it's merely saccharine schlock that stumbles through its overbloated 2.5-hour runtime. Okay, wow, that immediate criticism surprises me. It's way too didactic for its own good, and it refuses to depict its characters with any sort of nuance. Everyone is a saint who can do no wrong, and that's boring. Did you miss the part where we said the film asks the reviewer to reflect on their lives? Well, you said that. Okay, sure, but we're not a character, we're just watching. Meanwhile, Beatrice spends the whole film skipping through the heaven like, la-di-da, everything's sunshine and rainbows, happy, happy, happy. It's asinine, is what it is. Sorry, Barry Siako, and all you need to know about me is that I run Cerberus Housing, the third most important housing firm in Omaha. But yes, it was stupid, really. You're thinking too deep, kitty. Did he just fucking call me kitty? Yeah, the plot didn't really impress me either. I was more engaged with the film's technical aspects. The director clearly had a certain style. It ought to be studied, really. Paula, I work for Fortuna. He and I are engaged. She points to Toby with her thumb, rather dismissively. I try not to react to it. Ah, Paula, I didn't realize. Congratulations. Thanks. Yeah, I'd say the same. Like, it looked cool and all, but I guess these artsy movies just aren't really for me. I'm Guy. Matthews. I guess I'll go next, I am Simon Adams. I am a pastor at Papillion. Oh, this should be good. Mormon. Evangelical. I'm conflicted. Sure, the film depicts a journey through heaven. That could make for a spectacle of a film. But I'm not sure how to feel about the film depicting an antiquated version of heaven like Toby pointed out. I think that I'm going to have to side with Philip here. I agree that there should have been some sort of conflict to make it ultimately fulfilling. One thing it could have done was make Beatrice a sinner, have her character arc be her fighting for her redemption and finally winning her place in heaven. That would be much more compelling of a character arc. See? You get it. And I couldn't help but notice a few details that go against God's word, ironically. I really noticed it when I caught a depiction of homosexual couples in the lover's sphere. But Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yeah, I don't know what the filmmakers were thinking with that. The movie was okay up until then. Just when I thought this couldn't get any worse. I didn't need to see those homos in the lover's sphere. You mean Venus? Yeah, that. You some kind of astrologist smartass? Astronomy, and no. I was just paying attention to the film. You think you're smarter than us just because you pulled some interpretation out of your ass? That's not what he was saying at all. He was just engaging with the film. Okay, slow it, kitty cat. No one asked you. And I wasn't even talking to you, so how about you shut the fuck up, rich guy? There is a brief silence. Everyone looks at me. Shit. Did I say that out loud? I sink into my chair, wanting to disappear. Oh, sassy boy. You think you're smart because you went to college or something? Looks like someone who would waste years of their life away for indoctrination. Don't you dare talk about Jack that way. Whoa. Soon the group descends into a cacophony of incomprehensible noise. Noise that's not even about the fucking movie. Toby argues back and forth with Barry, Andrew, and Philip. Pacify your tones, people. Paula throws an occasional jab, not really in defense of Toby. The guy at the bowl sits silent, crossing his arms and watching it all play out. And I just shrink further into my seat. I'm so fucking tired of this. I didn't even want to go here. Really? Then why the fuck did you? Quiet! Out of nowhere, an earth-shattering scream silences everyone in a second. We all look at the showmaster. The white wolf, who was so gentle to me just moments ago, now displays a snarl on his face. It's a complete 180. I freeze up, fearing that he'll strangle me if I dare move or make a noise. Why can't you all just be civil? We are here to talk about a movie. But you're not even interested in it. You just want to antagonize each other. Does the movie not matter to any of you at all? The gator speaks up, but it's soft, completely contrasting the stern personality he presented before. Well, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But it does! Paradise is a work of pure art, and anyone who just walks by and scoffs at it is wrong. Film is an art form, something to be analyzed, something to be thought about. So if a film isn't making you think, then it's not art. And if you're not watching a film to think about it, then you're a brain-dead moron. All of you are brain-dead morons. You just watch movies for fun? Okay, sure. Keep watching that schlock the industry pumps out for you. Keep watching the keys jingle in front of you because it knows you will consume that junk without second thought. You all represent everything that is wrong with us as a society. You don't care? Fine. Go ahead then. Keep being the industry's brain-dead, illiterate, Pavlovian dogs! The last scream is so loud that it silences everything. Hell, I could even hear a pin drop in Council Bluffs if I listened hard enough. It feels like the building itself is holding its breath. I don't know what to say or do. I find myself scared of him. And judging by everyone else's silence and distant gazes, so are they. Who is this man? I don't know how long we stay like that, but eventually the showmaster's huffing calms into normal breaths. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. I seem to have lost myself there. You think? Well then, on that note, I suppose that I shall end this discussion. Thank you everyone for your input, and thank you all for coming tonight. And with that, he leaves the room without another word. We all sit in a damning silence for what feels like forever. What just happened? I don't know, but I'm gonna go home. Finally, I am in agreement with these people. I need to go. My bed is calling me. Everyone gets out of their seats. That guy's a fucking psychopath. I'm about to reach the entrance when... Jack? It was good to see you again. Yeah, same. You should come over sometime, Jack. Really? Yeah, so we can get to know you more. I mean, is that really a good idea? Sure. Paula sports a courteous smile. Toby tries to do the same, but it's more uncomfortable. I give the bare minimum of a grin before turning back around and trying to open the door. And what do you know? It opens. To reveal a metal gate blocking my way out. What? Everyone else notices and comes over to the doors. What the? I look around, I rub my eyes, trying to make sure that I'm not seeing things. Nope, there is definitely a gate there. The hell? I reach out towards it, my hands meet cold metal. Yep, it's real. I grab one of the vertical bars and shake. It doesn't even budge. I shake again, more violently. Nothing. It doesn't move an inch. It doesn't even rattle. It's bolted in place. Oh, well, that's just great. God, fucking damn it. What is going on? Even though I know the effort is going to be fruitless, I punch the gate and then kick it. Okay, calm down, buddy. That's not gonna work. I keep kicking until a sharp pain stings my foot. Gah. Fuck. After yelling in both surprise and pain and frustration, I finally give up, stumbling away from the gate. Well, what do we do then? I guess just look for another exit? I'll look around. My eyes scan the lobby for any neon exit signs. Simon the Dove disappears into the hall leading to the auditorium. I don't see anything that would indicate another exit. I swear to God, if we are trapped here... Simon emerges back into the lobby. And he shakes his head. I'm sorry, everyone. No other exits. Did you check everywhere? The halls, the theater, everything. There's not even a window to break. This is the only exit. Really? Weird. Theaters should have exits in the auditoriums in case of, emergency. Not this one, I'm afraid. That's gotta violate some safety regulations. I'd believe it. I look back at the front door, fruitlessly hoping that the metal bars are gone. They are not. Fuck. Fuck. What is happening right now? Philip the Gator storms over to the bar. Hey, Mr. Wolf Guy, what the fuck, man? He calls out to the mysterious upstairs no one else can see, to no response. We want to leave, man, so raise your gate thing. No response. And now my stomach is sinking harder than the Titanic. Hello? I don't think he can hear you. I don't think he's listening. Well, shit, what do we do now? We'll have to break the gate down. Literally how? It's bolted in place. Perhaps it will break if someone is strong enough. And no offense, Cat, but you are basically a twig. Well, fuck you too, Macho Man. Why don't you do it then? I was about to suggest that. Okay, cool. I don't care. I'm cranky. I want to go home. Okay, fine. Just do it. Okay, I'll need people to hold the doors open. Everyone else, step back, please. Everyone obeys without much protest, and the bull takes several large steps away from the gate. About halfway through the lobby, he widens his stance and takes several deep breaths. Suddenly, he dips his head down, so his large horns point towards the gate. He charges forward at a speed that I could never have imagined a person his size could run. He sprints, unflinching even as he slams right into the gate. It feels like the earth is rumbling. I actually feel my feet lift off the ground for a split second. A few specks of dust fall from the beautiful dome. I sure hope that this building is structurally sound. Guy steps back, somehow not injured. The gate still does not budge. How the... Again. You can do it, man. Several people clap in encouragement. The bull nods, walking back into the lobby. This time he walks a little farther. Again, he turns and prepares himself. And he charges again. I'm almost knocked off my feet by the sheer force. The aftershock rumbles through my chest and I feel like my organs are going to get jumbled up. More dust falls. God, please don't collapse on us. The bull steps back, somewhat dazed, but once again unscathed. It's okay, you got this. Come on, Matthews. Again. Don't hurt yourself now. I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't gotten a lump on his head. He walks back into the lobby, this time going all the way back to the concession stand. The gator and the coyote continue to hold the doors open. The bull readies himself. Everyone cheers him on. The third time's a charm. But I can barely focus on him or the cheering, because I notice that I'm standing in something warm. I feel something wet under my foot. I look down. A red paw print is stained into the extravagant carpet. It almost blends in with the red carpet, but I notice its darker tones and how it sort of resembles my own foot. I lift up my leg. Several red lines run horizontally across my foot. Scarlet oozes out of the lines. Some of it seeps into my fur surrounding my paw pads, while some of it drips onto the floor. Strings of white flesh hang loosely from the edges of the lines. It's when stinging pain hits me that I realize that I'm bleeding. Ah! Woo, you got this. My yelps of confused pain are drowned out by the sound of everyone's cheers. Impulsively, I pick at one of the strings of dead skin. Gah! It hurts like hell and it only makes the cut wider, but I pull until there is no longer a string dangling from my foot. How the hell did that happen? Did I look back at the metal gate. There it is, still as a creak on a calm night. How? A guy's footsteps thunder towards the gate. I keep staring at it. Suddenly, it's as if the horizontal bars just disappear, vanish into thin air. It's difficult because of the shaking, but I look closer. Oh, the horizontal bars are still there. They're just so thin that I can barely tell that they're there. Almost like... Come on, guy. Come on. No, 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 no. Everyone goes quiet. The impact and subsequent aftershock this time were surprisingly weaker, though something about it felt different. We look at the bull expectingly. It looks like he's gone halfway through the gate. But he's not moving. Two large cracked horns lay on the gate to his sides. A wet squelch. We all look at the bull. A horrific odor assaults my nostrils. Wet splats pound in my ears. We all watch as the bull's head just completely collapses. His upper half becomes a soup of blood and organs on the linoleum. His lower half kneels on the other side of the gate. Holy fuck! Huh? Holy fucking shit, what the fuck? The entire room screams. Several people run away from the carnage. Others just stand and stare. I find myself unable to look away. Unable to look away from the bloody stew on the ground. My stomach twists into 1,000 knots when I see one of the bull's eyes floating in the soup looking at me. Oh God, I think I can taste my popcorn again. I find myself lurching backwards until my back hits a pillar as bile violently claws up my throat. I turn my head to the side to let it out. A torrent of what was the popcorn I ate 3 hours ago splashes onto the carpet. I hack in case more comes up, but apparently that was all of it. Great. First blood, now vomit. Everyone continues screaming. My mouth hangs open as I force myself to take deep breaths, a string of saliva mixed with stomach bile slowly dripping to the floor. I can still taste the salty popcorn, but it's a foul aftertaste lingering in the back of my tongue. Undigested kernels scratch my throat like claws. My head still feels heavy with the pungent odor, but my body is light. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Someone just fucking died. I force my head back and lean against the pillar, trying to prevent a panic attack from making my breaths uneven. Oh God. Someone just fucking died. Does that mean... A million thoughts race across my head, all of them ending badly. The screaming continues, but it's distant now. I force my feet to move. I'm disconnected from reality as I stumble into the restroom. I lean over the sink for support, just like any fictional character does when they're having a crisis. I try to control my breathing as I continue to entertain these horrible thoughts. Are we trapped here? Are we being targeted? Are we gonna die here? Am I gonna die here? No. No, I am not going to let that happen. I need to get out of here. How do I do that? Hell, I don't even know. Someone just died, and we're trapped in here. We're gonna have to find a way out. I don't quite know what to do, but I'm going to have to try. I splash some water on my face to bring myself back to earth. I apparently don't notice a door opening because I turn my head upwards and jump at the sight of Toby behind me. Fuck, you have to... Sorry, I should really not sneak up on you like that, huh? No, you really shouldn't. Yeah, well, I just wanted to check in on you. I couldn't help but notice you running in here. Why is he so devoted to sticking by me? Well, someone just died. Yeah. Shit. And once again I find myself alone in the restroom with Toby. You're bleeding. I'm reminded of the warm pool of blood that I'm standing in, my blood. Oh, yeah, that. I lift my foot up and show him the wound. The linear cuts are still oozing, some of the blood caked on the fur. Shit. Well, not as bad as what happened to the other guy. Yeah, still, we should cover it. Probably. I know that I have bigger problems to worry about, but I don't want to get infected. Who knows what's on this floor? Toby takes off his red overshirt. I see someone's in the mood. Oh, I see you haven't changed. I could say the same. I'm interrupted by the sound of cloth tearing. Toby lifts up his sleeve that he just ripped off his shirt. Whoa, hey, you really don't have to. Don't be silly. Foot. So I listen to him and lift my foot up. I sit on the sink to make it easier for him. He wraps the sleeve around my injured foot. The cloth is surprisingly soft. Now listen, I know you, Jack. I know you always want to help others, and I admire that about you. But you are the type that just doesn't let others extend their help to you. Wow. Am I wrong though? You help others, but you don't let others help you. If you keep pushing other people away when they try to help you, eventually no one is going to come to your side. I'm not sure it's that extreme. Look, all I'm saying is that it's okay to be a little selfish. Not too much, of course. Gotta strike a balance. The fox tightens the sleeve, leaving it snug around my foot. There. Thanks. Don't mention it. So, what do we do now? Well, we should really find a way out of here. I don't think the showmaster is gonna help us. Yeah, something tells me that he was planning this. That's psycho. That is the last time that I accept some strange invitation. I take a moment to make sure that I heard him correctly. Invitation? Oh yeah, I was invited here. Invited? Yeah, you weren't? No. Well... Toby reaches into his pocket, pulls something out, and hands it to me. An envelope. It's a deep red with some fancy gold patterns along the edges. This letter just showed up in my mail a week ago. Paula and Frederick also got these. I open the envelope and take out its contents. The letter inside is just slightly bigger than my palm. Dear Tobias Lancelot, you are cordially invited to attend a private mystery movie event at our lovely Dante Theater. If you accept, please present this invitation to the theater box office. The event will start at 7 p.m. on Friday, April 17th. We look forward to seeing you here, Dante Theater, 1300 Washington Street, Omaha, Nebraska. You said Paula and the coyote guy also got these invitations? Yes, and you didn't get one of these? No, A thought comes to my mind, but it's interrupted when I notice something else nestled in the letter. A movie ticket with 2 holes punched into it. Huh. I pull my own ticket out of my pocket. Your ticket has 1 hole. Yeah. How many do Paula and the coyotes have? Paula got 4 and I think Fred got 6. What the? So, who has 3 and 5? I don't know. There's gotta be a system to that, but I'm just not going to question it. Another silence befalls us, during which I notice that it's gone quiet outside the restroom. Huh. Has everyone calmed down? Oh, Simmons is leading everyone in a prayer. Of course he is. There is not really anything left to do in here, so we head out to the hall. As we enter the hall, I hear something coming from the lobby. Something melodic? Are people singing? We reach the lobby end. The half-bull is still laying on the ground in front of the gate, with Simon bowing on the ground near it. Everyone else stands in a half-circle around them. Oh, he shall meet the good, graceful God, with his top half properly reassembled. And then the dove stands and rubs the bull's lower back. In nomine Patris et Filii. And then he joins the group. Everyone joins hands. Et Spiritus Sancti, Amen. The group raises and shakes their joined hands as they sing out that last word. Everyone looks towards me and Toby, expectantly. Yeah, Amen. Wonderful, wonderful work, everyone. We have seen this poor soul ascend to the heavens. The dove converses with each person, seemingly trying to soothe them. But I look at the corpse, and a question racks my mind. So I make my way over to the lifeless bull. And I reach into his pants pocket. Hey, respect the dead, cat. I'm just curious about something. Oh dear God, the smell is horrendous. I surprisingly have to reach my whole arm in there. Jesus, how deep is this guy's pockets? Okay, seriously, you trying to fuck the corpse? Philip. Upon feeling a slip of paper, I immediately yank my arm out of the pocket. In my hands is a movie ticket. Yikes, it's covered in blood. 7 holes. What does it all mean? Hello, everyone. My own soul nearly leaves my body when the showmaster just walks right into the lobby. He smiles and struts right in like nothing happened. Okay, people, we're going to handle this civilly. What the fuck is your problem, man? Simon tries to pacify the crowd, but everyone else crowds around the indifferent showmaster. Oh my, is something the matter? Let us out. Let us out right now. What are you doing to us? The clamor once again becomes unbearable. Meanwhile, the bull's body remains unflinching. Quiet! Everyone is silenced once again by the crazy wolf. Geez, this guy really knows how to shut up a crowd. I understand that everyone is stressed out. You think? Someone just died. Oh, really? The wolf glances at the gate and sees the bull's body. Oh, yes, very tragic. Anyway, I am afraid that I cannot let you people leave now. And why not? I simply cannot. Now, if you would, I am here to invite everyone back into the auditorium. The time for the next feature has come. Pardon? You heard me, Mr. Harper. There is a new movie playing at the theater. You do not want to miss it. Oh, like hell we're gonna watch another movie in this shithole. I wouldn't resist if I were you, Philip. The showmaster silences the gator with a menacing smile. Everyone remains quiet in confused fear. Very well then. I will be expecting everyone. The theater awaits. And then the showmaster disappears into the hall again. What the hell is happening? I think if we just did what he asked, we'll be okay. How would you know? How do you know it's not just a trap? I don't. I think we should just report to the auditorium and watch whatever movie this man wants to show us. Something tells me that he won't hurt us if we just did what he asked. There are some heavy sighs amidst the crowd. Let's go then, I guess. I swear to God, if it's another 2.5-hour artsy movie, as long as there's not another messy discussion thing afterward. And so we all reluctantly make our way back to the auditorium, leaving the bull's body behind. None of us bother getting concessions. To be continued. Wow. Wait, so how many of them are there? There's... Hey everyone, this is RhettoeRaven. Thank you for reading. I hope you enjoyed this first build of the theater. And if you didn't, well, that's okay. To be honest, I didn't expect this style of mixing horror and humor to work for everyone. Folks who have been following me for a while will know that this VN was a long time coming. For reference, I first conceptualized the story in December 2024. But of course, stuff like other VM projects and life shit got in the way. Now, almost a year and a half later, we have a build with just a small portion of the story. I know this might not seem like much, especially compared to the time frame that I just gave, but I hope that you are satisfied for now. If it makes you feel better, I have the entire story planned out, so I know exactly how everything is going to occur. Let's just say that right from the next build's first scene, this visual novel is going to get even more batshit crazy. I've said it before, but I'll just say it again here. One thing that I want to do as I make visual novels is experiment with different types of horror. Route 19 was half supernatural, half psychological horror. Image 1697 was an atmospheric horror with supernatural and folklore elements, and the theater is a black comedy horror. I would say that the biggest influence on the theater are The Shining and the filmography of Osgood Perkins, especially The Monkey, if that's any indication of what I find funny. That might be why I don't expect this to work for everyone. Either way, I'm glad that you stopped by to check out the theater. If you like what I do, feel free to support me on Patreon. I just started it, so it's pretty empty, but I do have plans for exclusive content. Or, you can also give this a rating on itch.io and leave your thoughts in the comments. It really helps boost the visual novel. Also, if you like movies as much as I do, you can follow me on Letterboxd and read my own dumb opinions about films. Well then, I suppose that's it for now. Thank you again for checking out this intro for the theater. What kind of movie will the Dante patron see next? How did Jack end up in the situation? And what's up with the showmaster? And who will be the next to meet their violent end? These questions will be answered, but for now, I'll see you all later. Maybe I'll see you in May. Is that it? Okay. Oh, one more thing. If you are an Omaha driver, slow the fuck down. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. About that Letterboxd thing, there is a little... If you follow him on Bluesky, you'll see like there's a little gag, I guess, where instead of the theater, the screen, you see Jack's Letterboxd account and the movies that he's seen, and you see I don't know if it's a theater or which one it was, but it was one of their visual novels as like one of the movies that they've reviewed. That's kind of funny. Also, you do see a lot of his or Rhettoe's letterbox reviews when like certain movies come out. You'll see him on his Bluesky, you know, in case you want to follow them there. What else? What was I gonna say? Oh, my guess is each person has a ticket that stands with, you know, the number where Jack is number 1, Toby is number 2, I think, and the bull is number 7, if I remember correctly. And I'm trying to remember how many people were in the movie theater. There's Jack, Toby, Toby's fiance, the coyote, who I don't know what how they're related in any way. There's the bull, the gator, the boar, and the dove. So there's 8. I was hoping that there was only 7, because then that would mean that they're gonna die in order, but I guess not. I'm wondering if it has to do with something where in this discussion the bull basically gave nothing, even though everyone else was basically saying that the movie was trash with the exception of Jack and Toby. And maybe the girl, the fiance, because she didn't really like the story, but she liked everything else about the film, like the cinematography and everything else. And the crocodile was giving his like little scathing remarks about the film, but not really talking about anything positive. The boar was saying like, yeah, it was trash, and the dove liked it in so far that it was a religious film, and because, you know, he's a pastor, he's like, oh, religious film, I just didn't like the homosexuals. And the coyote was saying like, yeah, that like the film lost me at that part. So everyone had something to say except the bull. The bull just didn't say anything. Even during the whole heated discussion, the bull just sat down and just stared. And that was it. Like, and he was the first one to die. So I'm guessing that it's gonna be like every single time you watch a movie, you have to say something about it. If not, the theater's gonna get rid of you in some shape or form or whatever. I'm thinking. Also, the boar, his last name is, I believe, like a demon of gluttony or something like that. Because when I was looking it up to try to see if I could figure out how to say it properly, ciaco is it's connected to the theme of gluttony. And ciaco is a key character in the 3rd circle of hell in the Divine Comedy of Dante Alighieri that was not yet well defined by historians or something like that. So like, even if you Google ciaco, you'll see like a demonic thing that looks like a boar that is like fat. So like I'm wondering if that's gonna be tied into something. And then like there's a pastor. Maybe they're gonna die in order of like the circles of hell or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, so what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play the theater or stay up to date with when, you know, it's progress or whatever, you can do so by going down to the link in the description, which would have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download and play the theater or any of Rhettoe's other visual novels. And if you would like to support the project, you could become a Patreon, and you could become one of their few first Patreons to support, you know, their visual novels, the development and whatnot. And if you're like me, you really like the way that they tell stories. And I wonder if this is also like part of the connected universe or if it's its own thing. Because again, Jack, this cat, the main character, is present in God, I already forgot the 2nd visual novel. He's present in that story and he loses an eye. So it's like, huh, are they maybe related, or is it like another universe? Also, before I forget, in the sister's apartment, Image 1697, yeah, in that story, she has a poster of of the image 1697. Like, I think it was a cover or something like that. I forget, but it was one of those images that was in the visual novel. But it's right there. So, yeah, maybe in this universe, that universe is sort of just like a cinematic universe. Maybe, I don't know. Anywho, so if you'd like to support the channel, become a channel member. It just helps support the channel, supports me, and it's like a nice way to say like, hey, I like your stuff. Here's some money on a monthly basis. I want to watch your videos sooner. I want to watch the scheduled stuff now. And I'm recording this on April 28th, and you're probably not going to see it until the end of May, around my birthday. Probably, let's see, 29, 27. You're probably going to see this on the 25th. So yeah, you're going to see this literally a whole month later after I record it. So yeah, consider joining, become a channel member, and you'll get to watch this earlier. All the videos. Also, I have a Ko-fi in case you want to do the whole YouTube thing. Any support helps, like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Anyways, so yeah. I also have a throne in case you're feeling overly generous. But anyways, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.